Morning students, as you know that the story we are going to cover today is Golu grows a nose. Here we will know that how Golu grows his nose. As we know that earlier his through the story that his nose was not as longer as it has today, and what is the reason behind it that we are going to study right now in this story, in this section. Golu sat back on his little haunch and pulled and pulled. Here Golu had come to the Limpump river to know the dinner about the crocodile, and now crocodile was going to have him as his dinner because crocodile invited him to come near inside the water. Then he would only whisper about his dinner to his ear, and he came nearer, and he is going to be entrapped by crocodile, and crocodile is going to have him his dinner. He tells that, now Golu, I am going to have you my dinner. And now Golu, the little elephant, the innocent, is going to be in danger. And Python, the snake, who was looking all the situation, the conversation of both of them, understood the intention of crocodile and came instantly to help Golu from this dangerous situation. Then the python coiled himself round Golu's stomach and said, let's pull harder. And then python came and suggested Golu what to do in this situation. He said that pull yourself harder and harder as much as you can, then only you can save yourself. There is no any other way to save yourself. Let's pull harder. Golu dug in all his four legs in the mud and pulled. The nose kept on stretching. As he kept his legs harder, deeper in the mud, and pulled himself harder, the nose of Golu stretched 5 feet longer because it was very shortened earlier. At each pull, the nose grew longer and longer, and it hurt Golu. The way it was just stretching, the more it was hurting and paining the nose of Golu. The nose now 5 feet long, but it was free at last. Golu sat on with his nose wrapped up in a big banana leaf and hung it in the great grassy Lampum river to cool. Now it was paining too much, that's why he kept his nose inside the water in order to keep it cool and it shorter also to the former size. But after the second day, what he noticed that the pain of his nose had just a relief a little more, but the size of the nose is going to be same, means it did not came to the former size. It was 5 feet now. Golu sat on with wrap. At the end of the day, a fly came and stung Golu on the shoulder. Next day, a fly came and sat on his shoulder and sting. Golu lifted his long nose, means tongue, and strike it with it, hit the fly dead. And as soon as Golu just hit, the fly is no more. Advantage number 1, hissed the python. Hissed means was hissing is the sound of snake when they are making their sound, that is called hissing. The snake said that this is advantage number 1. Earlier you could not do this because you had very short nose, and now you have advantage number 1 that you killed the snake with your longer trunk, means with your longer nose. You could not have done it with a small nose. Try and eat a little now. He said that now you can just have your some food. Golu put his trunk and plucked a bundle of grass He dusted it against his forelegs and stuffed it into his mouth. Advantage number 2, hissed the python. You could not have done it with a small nose. Don't you think the sun is too hot now? He said that, earlier you had very shorter nose and you could not just uh, take the grass from anywhere with the help of your short nose. Now you have longer nose and you can just pull it from very distance and take it and have your food. It is advantage number 2 for you. And python said that you don't think it is a very sunny day today, the day is very hot. What you can do is that Golu scooped off some mud from the bank and slapped it on his head. Now what he did, he took some mud, means some water, and put his on his head. Advantage number 3 is the python. Now python said that this is the advantage number 3 for you, that earlier you could not did this, but now you can because you have a longer nose. You couldn't have done it with a small nose. Thank you, Mr. Python, said Golu gratefully, happily, pleasantly. Golu said, this credit goes to you. I am alive here and talking to you, Mr. Python. Due to you, I am very thank you to you. I shall remember all this, and now I will go back to my family. Here, the statement of Golu elephant shows that elephant was very much excited and happy that he was saved by python, and said that now I am very much excited and going to tell my family about this growing of my nose. Thank you.